I've got a washing machine here. This is a Kenmore 90 series, and this is the same mechanically as hundreds of other washer models. So if you've got a washing machine that is leaking during your wash cycle, sometimes intermittently leaking a little bit here and there, or leaking a lot, and it's not overflowing out of the tub, it's just dumping some during your wash cycles, then it may be your washer pump. In fact, it's most likely your washer pump. So this is the part number for the washer pump. This is the correct part from Whirlpool. You can buy generic models on Amazon for $15. This one was $35, I think, so I decided to go with the OEM for the cheaper, instead of the cheaper part. But that's the part number. This goes on loads of different machines. And to get to this, you can pull this whole top cover off and take everything out of the way if you want to. But you can also just lean your washer back. Make sure your two lines, your washer lines and drain, are long enough, or you disconnect them. You can, if you're worried about it hitting the wall, drape a towel over the back, have a second person. It's not very heavy. Slide it out from the wall, lift it up. I've just propped it up on a couple of bottles because, again, there's almost no weight on here, and if it did fall while I was working on it, it's not going to do anything to me. And then there's your pump. It's real easy to get to. You've got two clips that hold it on and two hose clamps that hold the lines on, and that's really all there is to replacing it. So I'm gonna see if I can get a decent camera angle for you while I pop this thing off of here, and I'll show you how quickly you can get this guy done. And that's it. Took about 2 minutes to pop that guy off there. And I take the new part out and compare it. Everything looks the same. Now, you can move the motor shaft to align with your new input there. And that's about it. It's going to slide back in. And that's it. Mind the orientation of these clamps that hold it in, and you may want to install the top one before you put the pump up and make it a little easier to find the hole in there. Also make sure you don't pull the breaker or disconnect power to your washer before you mess with anything under here. And watch your hose clamps to make sure that they're good on both sides and that you're not slipped off the hose. And that's it. And that is a 5-minute change for this. It beats the heck out of pulling the whole top off the washing machine. So that should solve your problem. It's also a good time to go ahead and clean up your motor if you've got a lot of dust and buildup underneath your washing machine. It's a perfect time to clean it up. As a parting note, I wanted to say I've had this washing machine for 15 years. I've replaced a handful of parts. They're always easy to replace. They're always inexpensive. And every time I want to go buy some fancy new front-loading, colorful washer and dryer combos, I'm reminded by a friend that's got a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 brand new set that has some circuit board failure or something else that just costs them a fortune and that they cannot fix on their own. So here I am with my old Kenmore 90 series. They just do a fantastic job. So before you buy a new washer or dryer or both, just consider looking into the repair. These are almost always super simple. Anyway, I hope this video helps somebody. Have a good one.